What's going on, guys? Mike back again here, this time with a tag video. I'm responding to Niamh's, the Prog Nerds vinyl tag for 2024. So I liked a lot of the questions she had put down here, so I thought it'd be fun to join into that. Also, she mentioned with the previous vinyl tag that she kind of felt like she didn't have answers for a lot of those, and I kind of fell in the same boat. So I thought, well, this is a nice alternative. So without further ado, let's get this started. So the first one here is an album or a band that you discovered in 2023. This one I was a little late to the party on, but Marillion. This is their album Fugazi here, but I now have 3 albums by them. Great progressive rock band. Really digging their stuff here. This might be my favorite of the 3 that I own. That's why I chose it. But yeah, Marillion. Just I've had heard of them, but never dove into their discography at all until 2023. So I didn't even know what kind of music they had. So very cool. So yeah, Marillion, band I discovered in 2023. Number 2 is an album from a band or artist that you saw from 2023. I really didn't get to go to many concerts last year, unfortunately. A lot of the concerts that I had planned to go to ended up getting canceled for one reason or another. But one that I did go to, the most recent, and this is not a vinyl, but Mickey Avalon, and this is his album Loaded. Mickey Avalon, rapper from LA. Really fun show, but then again, I mean, I don't have a vinyl of that, so had to kind of cheat there a little bit. Um, Number 3, show a 10-inch record. So I have a few 10-inch records here, but I decided to go with this one. I need to get sleeves for these because this is getting a little bit of ring wear on it. But this is the Radiohead with Amnesiac. Nice gatefold here. Probably my favorite Radiohead album. I'm not a huge Radiohead fan. I think they're a decent band and all, but this album I've always really enjoyed, and it's probably my favorite of them. So there we go, 10-inch record. And let's see, number 4, favorite colored pressing in the collection. So I went with 2 here, 2 of my favorites. One is an older one, and I actually showed this, I think, in a previous video. But this is Behold the Octopus with their album Skull Grid. And this is on, I just always love this vinyl. That nice red and black and white splatter vinyl I just think is really pretty and eye-catching. So whenever that question is asked, I always think of this album first. But a newer one that came into the mix from this year, sorry, let me fumble around with this a little bit more, would be Deathgrave and It's Only Midnight. Death metal band here. Really, and I doubt that the camera's going to do this as much justice as it looks like in real life, but that blue kind of see-through splatter going on, that is not doing it justice really. But man, this thing in person is just beautiful. I love it. There's a bunch of albums I could have picked for this, but these 2 are ones that stuck out to me here. So there we go, Deathgrave, It's Only Midnight. Let's see, an album that you think deserves more attention. I also picked this up this year. This is a band I was not familiar with, but industrial band, I believe one guy, Black Magnet. This is Body Prophecy. Fantastic album here. Industrial music, so it's kind of in the same vein as, like, 9 Inch Nails or something like that. And I've shown this off before, but I'm going to show it again just because I think this could go into that as well. But really nice lime green vinyl there. So yeah, check this band out if you're into industrial music at all. Yeah, Black Magnet, Body Prophecy. I think this is his 2nd album, if I'm not mistaken. He has one before this, but this is his newest release. So yeah, definitely worth a go in my opinion. Let's see, number 6, your favorite release of 2023. So my favorite, I did my top 20. Number 1 was Steven Wilson, but I don't have that on vinyl, just CD. But I'm going to go with my number 2, which I do have on vinyl, which is Two Mold. And this is the Everlasting Spirit. That's right. Fantastic progressive metal band here. Highly recommend checking these guys out if you do not know them. I believe this is also their second or third album. I can't remember off the top of my head, but love this band. Really good stuff. And an album in a different language. So I went 2 here. One in the metal realm, Gallhammer, black metal band out of Japan. I think when this was recorded, this was their album Ill Innocence. All female band. Great stuff here. I don't know if that's going to show up at all, but there we go. There's the girls right there. Love this band. I wish they were still around. One of the girls ended up leaving, so their last album, The End, just ended up having 2 members in it, but really love this band. So, yeah. And then my second one, I'm kind of a different realm here. This is Najwa with her album Vine de Largo. Spanish album, really beautiful in my opinion. I guess it's considered Spanish pop, but really love this album. I wouldn't say it's pop music, it's more, I don't know how to explain it, but worth checking out here for sure. So yeah, Najwa, Vine de Largo. So very cool. All right, and progressive rock masterpiece. I could have gone with some ones here that are a little more obvious, but I decided to go with this one right here. Of course, Porcupine Tree and their album Deadwing. Love this album. This was actually the first Porcupine Tree album I heard. Fell in love with it. Glad I finally got a vinyl copy. I think I picked this up 2 years ago. But yeah, love this band. Love this album. It is a masterpiece in my opinion. An instrumental album. I decided to go with Animals as Leaders, and this is, what is the name of this album? Is it Weightless? That's right. So very cool. Kind of cool packaging too. Take that out here. So it's one of these guys. So very cool. Animals as Leader. Great progressive metal band. No lyrics, just instrumental. Love them. Very similar to like Scale the Summit, if you're familiar with them at all. Both bands I would recommend checking out if you're into progressive metal. And favorite album cover. Ooh, so I went with this one just because, I don't know, this album has always caught my eye. I just, initially this is even how I found out about Nurse with Wound, was from this particular album cover. And I couldn't tell you why I love this album cover so much. It's just very interesting to me and eye-catching. I love the colors to it, and I don't know, it's just very interesting to me. So that is definitely up there as one of my favorite album covers here. This is Bacteria Magnet. Great band if you don't know Nurse with Wound. Very experimental, but yeah, there we go. A childhood favorite. Kind of mixing things up here a little bit. I went with MC's Scat Cat and the Stray Mob. This is a pressing from Indonesia that I had to order. But yeah, Scat Cat, MC's Scat Cat was the cat with Paula Abdul back in the day on Opposites Attract. And yeah, he got his own album. Just this one album here, but I loved this as a child, and I just had to get a vinyl copy of it. So there we go. As silly as it might seem, I still will put that on every so often. Jeez Louise. An album you know every single word to. So I decided to go with Marilyn Manson, Mechanical Animals. This is his glam rock era. Love this album. I picked this up when I was in high school for the first time on cassette, and then just wore that thing out, and then I ended up loaning the cassette to a friend, and I don't know, it never returned. So I kind of sucked. So, but yeah, I am glad to have this on vinyl. I know this thing front to back. I don't know how many times I've listened to this. Fans of David Bowie. There's even some Pink Floyd elements in here, I would say. But yeah, really, really good stuff. I love that Manson album. And two albums with similar color schemes. Um, so I went with Cake. This is their album, Showroom of Compassion. And, of course, Built to Spill, Keep It Like a Secret. These two obviously have the blue color scheme. They're not quite the same, but it's close enough, in my opinion. So, two great albums, especially this Built to Spill one. So, very cool there. And album that relaxes you. What was a mellow favorite here if I just kind of want to chill and relax? Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska. I mean, what else can be said about this? I know probably a lot of people are familiar with this album here. One of my favorite Springsteen albums for sure. But yeah, just always a good one to put on if you just kind of feel like chilling out, mellowing out and whatnot. So yeah, there we go. And what is the next one? Oh yes, your heaviest album in your collection. I could have gone multiple ways with this, but I just decided to go with some grindcore. This would be Internal Rot's album, Grieving Birth. Australian grindcore band. Love this album here. I wish they would come out with some new music. This one came out 2020. Can't remember. There's no date on the back of this. Anyway, great album from them. If you're into grindcore at all, check this band out. I love them. Australian band. Very good stuff. And then the last one is an album that you like to acquire in 2024. There's several I could think of here. I'd like to get, the Starfucking Hipsters album. Oh, I can't even remember the name of it now. I'll just put it up here. But I have it on CD. I could have grabbed the CD, but I didn't think ahead of time to do that. So that is definitely one. Bjork, her album debut, I'd love to get on vinyl here at some point. The list goes on and on. There's some Kate Bush albums I'd like as well, and so on and so forth. So anyway, guys, that is it for now. I hope everyone's doing well, and until next time, guys, happy listening and keep on spinning. All right.